moving on from that. I got one more story I got to cover on the news, and then we'll jump into some fun clip stuff. But so as we're coming up to the election, right? Congress is going through their things. Right now, the Republicans are doing a lot to try and restrict voting rights and restrict the number of new voters are out. Because right now, record numbers of people are signing up to vote. More than when Biden won in 2020. And in fact, registration for female voters, I think, is up like 200%. For black women, it's up almost triple. Which is not good in an election where abortion's on the ballot and you're running the guy who got rid of abortion. Right? So, all that's going on. So they're trying, what can we do? What can we do? Well, the budget's coming up, right? The debt ceiling. So Mike Johnson, with pressure from Trump and the Republican Party, comes up with a brilliant plan. Mike Johnson forced to risk shutdown over Trump's election fraud delusions. So Donald Trump insisted on attaching a voter identification law onto a House funding bill. Is putting Speaker Mike Johnson and Republican Party election chances into a risky position. The Louisiana Republican finds himself under pressure from the GOP's right-wing flank and the former president to risk a government shutdown weeks before the election to get this Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, the SAVE Act, signed into law, which will require individuals registering to vote to present documentary proof of citizenship that would not actually solve the supposed problem. So, now if you want to register to vote, you have to prove citizenship, which means you got to have a passport or a social security card or something like that. And a driver's license won't prove citizenship.
Right.
And not everybody has that. And especially, you know who has a hard time getting that? Young voters. You haven't been around long enough to need that to go get it. I think I was 20.
That takes a while.
Yeah. I mean, I have my birth certificate, social security card, and all that, but I didn't have those physically in my possession until I was like 29, 28. Because I didn't need it until then.
Right.
So this is all to try and discourage people from voting. Well, of course, the Democrats aren't going to go for this. Oh yeah, let's put voter restriction in right before an election where we're kicking your ass. Oh, what are you going to do? You're going to shut down the government? The Republicans are going to shut down the government before an election. How is that going to help you in Congress, the House, and the Senate?
Seems like a real weird choice to make.
Right. But he's getting pressure from Trump on it. It might make Harris look a little bad to people that don't know the difference, but for all the down ballot races, those guys are all going to be running around going, hey, my opponent just shut down the government.
Right.
So they really put him in a bind. So of course he's trying to push this. The Democrats are just like, no, we're not going with this. And there are Republicans that are sitting there going, no, we're not going to go for this either. I'm running for re-election. I'm not voting for this shit. So he doesn't have the votes. They were trying to do a vote this morning. This is Wednesday the 11th, September 11th. They tried to do it this morning. Mike Johnson called the vote and stopped it before it happened because he knows he doesn't have the votes. Because even Republicans don't want to vote for this thing. So right now, until they come up with something, they might shut down the government on October 1st. They got, 20 days? To figure this shit out?
I mean, if I'm the Democrats, I'm just sitting there and letting the Republicans just
let them shoot themselves in the foot.
Self-implode.
Yeah.
Right.
Let them hang themselves. So that's what's going on with that. We'll see how it plays out, but I think they're pretty much toast.